Good morning. The birds are chirping. It's going to be a beautiful day. Matthew 25. Then the reign of the heavens shall be compared to 10 maidens who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them are wise, and 5 foolish. Those who were foolish, having taken their lamps, took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their containers with their lamps. Now while the bridegroom took time, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight a cry was heard, "See, the bridegroom is coming. Go out to meet him." And the foolish said to the wise, "Give us your oil, because our lamps are going out." But the wise answered, saying, "No, indeed, there would not be enough for us and you. Instead, go to those who sell and buy for yourselves." And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and those who were ready went in with him to the wedding feast, and the door was shut. And later the other maidens also came, saying, "Master, Master, open up for us." But he answering said, "Truly I say to you, I do not know you. Watch therefore, because you do not know the day nor the hour in which the Son of Adam is coming. For it is like a man going from home, who called his own servants and delivered his possessions to them. And to one he gave 5 talents, and to another 2, and to another 1, to each according to his own ability, and went from home. And he who had received the 5 talents went and worked with them, and made another 5 talents. In the same way, he with the 2 also, he gained 2 more. But he who had received the 1 went away, and dug in the ground, and hid the silver of his master. And after a long time the master of those servants came, and settled accounts with them. And he who had received 5 talents came, and brought 5 other talents, saying, "Master, you have delivered to me 5 talents. See, I have gained 5 more talents besides them." And his master said to him, "Well done, good and trustworthy servant. You were trustworthy over a little. I shall set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master." Then he who had received 2 talents came and said, "Master, you delivered to me 2 talents. See, I have gained 2 more talents besides them." His master said to him, "Well done, good and trustworthy servant. You were trustworthy over a little. I shall set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master." And the one who had received the 1 talent also came and said, "Master, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you did not sow, and gathering where you have not scattered. And being afraid, I went and hid your talent in the ground. See, you have what is yours." And his master answering said to him, "You wicked and lazy servant, you knew that I reap where I have not sown, and gather where I have not scattered. Then you should have put my silver with the bankers, and at my coming I would have received back my own with interest. Therefore take away the talent from him, and give it to him who possesses 10 talents. For to everyone who possesses more shall be given, and he shall have overflowingly. But from him who does not possess, even what he possesses shall be taken away. And throw the worthless servant out into the outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And when the Son of Adam comes in his esteem, and all the set-apart messengers with him, then he shall sit on the throne of his esteem. and all the nations shall be gathered before him, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd separates his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on his left. Then the sovereign shall say to those on his right hand, Come, you blessed of my Father, inherit the reign prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. Was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me. Then the righteous shall answer him, saying, Master, when did we see you hungry, and we feed you, or thirsty, and gave you to drink? And when did we see you a stranger, and took you in, or naked, and clothed you? And when did we see you sick, or in prison, and we came to you? And the sovereign shall answer and say to them, Truly I say to you, insofar as you did it to one of the least of these my brothers, you did it to me. He shall then also say to those on the left hand, Go away from me, accursed ones, in the everlasting fire prepared for the devil and his messengers. For I was hungry, and you gave me no food. I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and you did not take me in. Was naked, and you did not clothe me. Sick and in prison, and you did not visit me. Then they shall also say to him, Master, when did we see you hungry or thirsty, or a stranger, or naked, or in prison, or did not serve you? Then he shall answer them, saying, Truly I say to you, insofar as you did not do it to one of the least of these, you did not do it to me. And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into everlasting life. And it came to be, when Yeshua ended all these words, he said to his taught ones, You know that after 2 days the Pesach takes place. The son of Adam is to be delivered up and to be impaled. Then the chief priest and the scribes and the elders of the peoples came together at the court of the high priest, who was over Caiaphas, and plotted to seize Yeshua by trickery and kill him. But they said, Not at the festival, lest there be an uproar among the people. And when Yeshua was in Beth-Anya, at the house of Shimon the leper, a woman came to him having an alabaster flask of costly perfume, and she poured it on his head as he sat at the table. And when his taught ones saw it, they were much displeased, saying, To what purpose is this waste? For this perfume could have been sold for much and given to the poor. However, when Yeshua noticed it, he said to them, Why do you trouble the woman? For she has done a good work toward me. For you always have the poor with you, but me you do not always have. For in pouring this perfume on my body, she did it for my burial. Truly I say to you, wherever this good news is proclaimed in all the world, what this woman has done shall be spoken of also to her remembrance. Then one of the 12, called Yehuda, from Kerioth, went to the chief priests and said, What would you give me to deliver him to you? And they counted out to him 30 pieces of silver. And from then on he was seeking an occasion to deliver him up. And on the day of unleavened bread, the taught ones came to Yeshua, saying to him, Where do you wish us to prepare for you to eat the Pesach? And he said, Go into the city to a certain man and say to him, The teacher says, my time is near. I am to perform the Pesach at your house with my taught ones. And the taught ones did as Yeshua had ordered them and prepared the Pesach. And when evening came, he sat down with the 12, and while they were eating, he said, truly I say to you, one of you shall deliver me up. And they were deeply grieved and began to say to him, each of them, Master, is it I? And he answering said, he who has dipped his hand with me in this dish, he shall deliver me up. Indeed, the son of Adam goes, as it has been written concerning him. But woe to that man by whom the son of Adam is delivered up. It would have been good for that man if he had not been born. And Yehuda, who had delivered him up, answering said, Rabbi, is it I? He said to him, you have said it. And as they were eating, Yeshua took bread, and having blessed, broke and gave it to the taught ones and said, take, eat, this is my body. And taking the cup and giving thanks, he gave it to them, saying, drink from it, all of you, for this is my blood, that of the renewed covenant, which is shed for many for the forgiveness of sins. But I say to you, I shall certainly not drink of this fruit of the vine from now on till that day when I drink it anew with you in the reign of my Father. And having sung a song, they went out to the Mount of Olives. Then Yeshua said to them, all of you shall stumble in me this night, for it has been written, I shall strike the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock shall be scattered. But after I have been raised, I shall go before you into Galilee. And Kepha answering said to him, even if all stumble in you, I shall never stumble. Yeshua said to him, truly I say to you that this night, before the cock crows, you shall deny me 3 times. Kepha said to him, even if I have to die with you, I shall not deny you. All the taught ones said the same too. Then Yeshua came with them to a place called Gethsemane, and said to the taught ones, sit here while I go over there and pray. And he took with him Kepha and the 2 sons of Zabdi, and he began to be grieved and deeply distressed. And he said to them, my being is exceedingly grieved, even to death. Stay here and watch with me. And going forward a little, he fell on his face and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me, yet not as I desire, but as you desire. And he came to the taught ones and found them asleep, and said to Kepha, so were you not able to watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray, lest you enter into trial. The spirit indeed is eager, but the flesh is weak. Again he went away a 2nd time and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it is impossible for this to pass unless I drink it, let your desire be done. And he came and found them asleep again, for their eyes were heavy. And he left them, went away again, and prayed the 3rd time, saying the same words. Then he came to his taught ones and said to them, still sleeping and taking rest, see, the hour has come near, and the Son of Adam is delivered up into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us go. See, he who delivers me up has come near. And while he was still speaking, see, Yehuda, one of the 12, with a large crowd with swords and clubs, came from the chief priests and elders of the people. And he who was delivering him up gave them a sign, saying, "Whomever I kiss, it is he, seize him." And going straight up to Yeshua, he said, "Greetings, Rabbi," and kissed him. And Yeshua said to him, "Friend, why have you come?" Then they came and laid hands on Yeshua and seized him. And look, one of those with Yeshua put out his hand and drew his sword, and striking the servant of the high priest, he cut off his ear. Then Yeshua said to him, "Return your sword to its place, for all who take the sword shall die by the sword. Or do you think that I am not able to pray to my Father now, and he shall provide me with more than 12 legions of messengers? How then would the scriptures be fulfilled that it has to be this way?" In that hour, Yeshua said to the crowds, "With swords and clubs to arrest me? Have you come out as against a robber with swords and clubs to arrest me? Daily I sat with you, teaching in the set-apart place, and you did not seize me." But all this came to be so that the scriptures of the prophets might be filled. Then all the taught ones left him and fled. And those who had seized Yeshua led him away to Caiaphas, the high priest, where the scribes and the elders were gathered together. But Caiaphas followed him at a distance to the courtyard of the high priest, and he went in and sat with the servants to see the end. And the chief priest and the elders and all the council were seeking false witness against Yeshua to put him to death, but found none, although many false witnesses came forward. They found none, but at last 2 false witnesses came forward and said, This one said, "I am to destroy the dwelling place of Elohim and to build it in 3 days." And the high priest stood up and said to him, "Have you no answer to make? What do these witness against you?" But Yeshua remained silent. So the high priest said to him, "I put you to oath by the living Elohim that you say to us, 'If you are the Messiah, the Son of Elohim.'" Yeshua said to him, "You have said it. Besides, I say to you, from now you shall see the Son of Adam sitting at the right hand of the power and coming on the clouds of heaven." Then the high priest tore his garments, saying, "He is blasphemed. Why do we need any more witnesses? See now, you have heard his blasphemy. What do you think?" And they answering said, "He is liable to death." Then they spat in his face and beat him, and others slapped him, saying, "Prophesy to us, Messiah, who is the one who struck you?" And Caiaphas sat outside in the courtyard, and a servant girl came to him, saying, "And you were with Yeshua of Galilee." But he denied it before them all, saying, "I do not know what you say." And as she was going out into the porch, another girl saw him and said to those there, "And this one was with Yeshua of Nazareth." But again he denied with an oath, "I do not know the man." And after a while, those who stood by came to him and said to Caiaphas, "Truly, you are one of them too, for even your speech gives you away." But then he began to curse and swear, saying, "I do not know the man." And immediately a cock crowed. And Caiaphas remembered the word of Yeshua, who had said to him, "Before a cock crows, you shall deny me 3 times." And going out, he wept bitterly. Shabbat Shalom. See you at lunch.